Hi there, it's Mama Robin. If you're new here, I'm Mama Robbins. Welcome. If you're not, then welcome back. I did a video about 2 weeks ago about a bunch of different cases, and my my thoughts and feelings on these cases. The feelings were bouncing everywhere. So was I. And I'm gonna remake it, and I'm gonna explain it. I was gonna do that today, and I've got a hair in front of my face. Anyway, I was gonna do that today, but I decided instead to talk about some life updates because there's been a lot of things I've decided to do differently. So here we go. First of all, a little bit of backstory, a little bit of lore, if you will. When I left my husband a few years ago, I had mixed feelings about everything. I was depressed. I was anxious. I was moody. Even though the marriage was horrible, I was mourning. And I realized later, after all the therapy I've had, that I wasn't mourning him. I was mourning what I thought I'd lost. I was mourning what we could have been, or what I thought we could have been, because I didn't realize at the time he was a narcissist. I didn't know he was a covert narcissist with psychopathic tendencies. Now I know, but I didn't know that then, so I was mourning. But one of the first things I was feeling was freedom. Because the whole time I was married to him, I didn't have any freedom. I didn't have a life of my own. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere unless he was involved. I didn't have a car. I wasn't allowed to work. I wasn't allowed to do anything unless he was directly involved. He would always say I could do these things later when such and such got done, but those days never came. So, and any other video, I can cover all this again, or if anybody has questions or comments about that, well, why didn't you just leave? Well, first of all, it's never that easy, especially when you're with a narcissist. But there's a lot to it, and I don't want to get into that's not today's video. So if you have questions or comments about it, feel free to ask, and I'll do a video about it, or I'll just answer it in the comments. However, one of the things I felt from him initially, hair keeps getting in my face, was freedom. I got away from him, and I felt some freedom. Okay. With that being said, one of the things that I felt freedom from was the way he liked to live and the way he liked to eat. I could only cook things he liked. So I was stuck eating things like potatoes and hamburger and constant fried potatoes. It was hamburger and fried potatoes and hardly no vegetables and no salads. No chicken, really. He didn't like chicken. He didn't like fish. So it was a lot of ground beef, a lot of red meat, a lot of potatoes, which I guess is a fairly normal standard for most men. Fine. I don't like eating that way. I never have. I adjusted to it because I was married to him and that's what he liked. But I didn't like it. So one of the first changes I made when I moved out on my own was my diet. Then I was tired of looking the way I looked. I was tired of the way I was feeling. So when I first made my own, I lived in a studio apartment. A lot of my earlier videos I've showed in the apartment. But I liked shopping for myself, and I started getting a lot of lean meats, and I started getting a lot of fresh fruits and a lot of vegetables, and I cut sugar. I cut sugar. I didn't cut it completely out, but I reduced it by more than half. Like, I cut it way low. And I was exercising. I didn't have a big place, but I had enough space for me to exercise. And I was not just walking my dog, but I was exercising. I was exercising about 30 minutes at a time, 3 or 4 times a week. So which changing my lifestyle. I wasn't just cutting back food, and I was changing my whole lifestyle. I had put some people have to or do good with the schedule, and some people don't. I need structure. I'm the first one to admit that I need structure. I need a schedule. Okay. So I put myself on a schedule. I was doing the same things, 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever. I had my schedule going, and I had lots of things going. And I was doing things the way I wanted to do them. Exercise, same exercise, or maybe different routines, but I was exercising the same time every day, so forth and so on. I had a routine. And I liked my routine. Um, liked my routine a lot. I was comfortable with it. It made me happy. But I was taking out, I was eating a lot more lean meats, and I was eating a lot less red meat, and I'm eating a lot of lean meat, a lot of chicken, a lot of fish. I was had fresh fruits and vegetables in the house. Exercising. I was happy. I was drinking smoothies in the morning before breakfast. Like I would drink a big smoothie and take my medicine, and then I would eat breakfast, and then I would exercise. Walk the dogs or something. I would drink a smoothie and walk the dog, so forth and so on. I'm sorry, and I keep saying dogs, and at the time I only had one dog. But I have two dogs now, so now when I say things, I refer to dogs. But anyway, so I had lots of things and exercise and things I was doing differently. Well, then my son had to move in with me. And I adjusted the food because he didn't. I at first I was having him eat the same things I was buying, but he complained a lot. He didn't like the ground turkey, and he didn't like the chicken, and he didn't like the fish. He really doesn't like the ground turkey at all. I actually kind of like it. It wasn't my favorite thing, but I kind of like it. Anyhow, so when he moved in with me, I only had a studio apartment. So he was kind of sleeping in the area where I did my exercises, and he was complaining about the foods I was eating, so I started buying more of the foods that he liked and less of the foods I liked. And it was okay at first. I didn't mind it. And we were living like that. And then we moved into this 2-bedroom. And now I can, I had more room to move out of it. But by this time, I had gotten out of the habit of exercising. I had gotten out of the habit of eating healthy. And that's not his fault. That's my fault. But the point is, I had gotten out of those habits. And he's been with me for quite some time now. And I'm in a bigger apartment. And I was noticing that I had gained I had lost a little bit of weight when I moved out. I'd lost like 30, 40 pounds. And when my son moved back in, I started buying the food that he liked. And being 22, he was like most kids at 22. He ate a lot of junk food. Pizza rolls and stuff like that. And again, this is not his fault. This is my fault. But I only had enough money really to buy for one person. So it's not like I could have bought separate menus. Since I was buying more of what he had, what he liked, I was buying less of what I liked. And I was buying more of the junk food and less of the healthy food. Because again, I only had enough money really for one person, let alone two. So with that being said, my eating habits became more like his. And again, I can't stress enough, this is not his fault. This is mine. And I've noticed lately that he's put on weight. I had to. About half the weight I'd lost, I'd gained back. Like of all the weight I lost, I gained half of it back. But I noticed he'd gained weight. And based on what he was when he moved, I got him to weigh himself, and I got him to tell me. And based on what he weighed when he moved in and what he weighs now, he's gained 40 pounds. So after the first of the year, I said, all right, no more. No more, no more, no more, no more. I know you're going to be hurt and offended when I say this, but you've gained weight. And I've gained weight. And I've gotten out of the habit of exercising. And he was going to the park more often, and he was shooting hoops. He was playing basketball and stuff. Maybe by himself, but he was getting some exercise. I'm like, we both got to lose weight. We both got to eat better. We got to eat healthier. We got to move more. We got to get busy. So I did these lifestyle changes, not just for me, but to help him as well. So I decided with my first time, when I started buying groceries this year, I started trying to buy things like lean meat again, a lot of chicken, a lot of fish, some red meat, but lean red meat. I'm going to have more fresh fruits, more fresh vegetables. And I haven't had a chance to really go to the store yet. I've only, since I don't have a car, The only thing walking distance to me is a Family Dollar. There's not a lot you can buy at Family Dollar that's healthy. So I haven't been able to stick to it quite as well. But my daughter's supposed to be taking me shopping this week, and we're going to go into town. We're going to take me to a real grocery store, probably Walmart, maybe H-E-B. And I'm going to be able to get the things like the lean meat and stuff that I need to get. But anyhow, with all that being said, I've got us back on track of trying to eat healthy and everything, and that's going to start working out for me. But I've started working out again. Now, I remember after I had knee surgery, I wanted to exercise because I could finally walk again. Previous knee surgeries, I've mentioned before, I couldn't really walk, or if I did walk, I had to use a walker or a rollator. I really couldn't get around that well. So one of the first things I asked him was, what kind of exercise can I do? And he recommended chair yoga, and he recommended Tai Chi. And I tried Tai Chi. It doesn't move enough, but I did learn, because I've started doing Tai Chi again. So I did learn that Tai Chi is good for balance. It's really good at helping you balance, and yoga is good for stretching and making you more limber. So I thought, I need to get back on track. I need to start exercising again. Not only do I need to start eating better, we both need to start eating better, but we need to start getting back on track again. We need to start exercising. I mean, I'm cleaning my house and I'm walking the dogs, but that's not exercise. Or it's not enough. Because I'm tired of looking like this. And I really think I would look a little younger, and I know I would look better. I would feel better. I would be smaller. I would look a little thinner. Face wouldn't hang as much. Some of that's age. I mean, I am almost 60. But I could get rid of some of this too. I can't afford a facelift or anything, so diet and exercise is where I'm at. So this is what we're doing. I've got myself on a schedule. I've got a routine for 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning. But I have added some things. I have added some exercise and stuff. I do Tai Chi now, 30 minutes a day, 2 days a week. I do. I just mentioned chair yoga. Because of my knees, I'm not in any shape to get down on a yoga mat and do actual yoga, so I do chair yoga. I'm doing that 30 minutes a day, 2 days a week. I do my isometric exercises 30 minutes a day, every day. And on 1 day a week, on Saturdays, I have found me some good motivational, like dancercise or Zumba type stuff that I've been doing. I know Zumba's outdated, but I'm outdated too, so I guess it doesn't matter. But I've included that in my routine as well. I do that for 30 minutes 1 day a week. I can increase the intensity, the length of time, the frequency later on as I get better, as I get back into shape and I start moving better. But I'm really proud of myself. Just the fact that I'm out there and I'm doing it again, I'm very, very happy with that. Because I don't want this no more. I don't want my arms to be the way they are anymore. I don't want any of that anymore. And yeah, I'm almost 60. So some of this is from being almost 60. I'll be 60 in May. But I think if I had to lose weight, some of this would tighten up a little bit. This would definitely thin out. I think I could look better. I think I would look younger. I think I could look better. I know I'd be thinner. I know I'd be healthier. And I know I would feel good. Those are just some of the positive attributes. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick life update. I not only decided to make changes for the better that will affect me, I've made changes that will affect my son because he's gaining weight. I'm gaining weight. He's young. He can probably lose it faster than I can without as much work. But still, he's gaining some weight and I am too. So I am. This has just been a quick life update. This is just about me saying, hey, I'm tired of looking like this. And this helps him out as well. So as much as he kind of bitched about it, I don't want to eat like that. And I've also figured out a way, too, to make him happy. While the majority of our food will be light and healthy, I have figured out a way to keep reasonably healthy treats and snacks in the house for him that he can substitute for his pizza rolls and whatnot. So I've been looking into recipes and ideas and stuff. So if anybody out there has questions or comments about my last video, about something I talked about today, if they have any suggestions about healthy snacks instead of pizza rolls, carrot sticks or whatever, you got any suggestions or anything? Put them in the comments. Please be kind, though. Whether you like me or not, be kind. Me and him, we have feelings. You can give suggestions and still be kind. Constructive criticism would be a good way to put it. But yeah, if you like this or you like hearing more about it, hit the like button. If you want to know more in the future, subscribe. Because I like doing these life updates. They make me feel good. And who knows, somebody might watch it and think, hey, I can do that. If that ugly old broad can do it, I can do it. So we'll see. And if the diet and exercise is working, when I do my videos, you'll start seeing a difference. Won't that be cool? Anyway, y'all have a great day. Mama Robin loves you. And